this is the video for week 9. So this week's chapter is about victimology. So first I would like to introduce what victimology is. So victimology is basically the scientific study of victimization in society, like how people label some, like how people are victimized under crime. And it often focuses on the experience of crime survivors rather than just defining people as victims. So, people who have suffered with the crime, what they have experienced, how long they have been had the impact on the crime on them. Like criminology, victimology explores like broader social questions. Some of these questions are like, how do people experience violence? What is the reason behind it? What happened that they got engaged in such an activity? And the next question is, how do these experiences shape their life and society? Um, what is their personal image in the society after experiencing such crimes? How is their life impacted? How is their mind impacted? How is their general life impacted after getting struck by these criminal acts? And what power imbalances exist in the criminal justice system that made this possible to have happened with the people who are labeled as the victims of crime? So, victimology is not simply the study of victims, it also is like define it's we cannot oversimplify it as just the study of victims. It would be the same if we um, simplify criminology as the study of criminals. So let's talk about the development of victimology. So victimology emerged as basically as the like sub-discipline of criminology before actually evolving into a field of its own. So it overlaps with criminology but asks different questions. So it do have some interconnectedness with criminology too, a deep understanding with the topic, but it also asks a different question despite of being connected with criminology. So the key research in this area include Spencer and Walcott, and these are the like key researchers, and the World Society of Victimology promotes victimology research and victim rights worldwide. So let's talk about some main area of researches for victimology. So victimology is basically behind researching about defining someone as victim and categorizing victimization according to the level of crime that they have experienced. And it also helps to measure the victimization rate in different areas, how often people are being called as victims in different areas. And it also helps like to understand the victim and the preparator relationships. The victim and preparator relationships is between the victim and the criminal. And it also helps to analyze like survivor experience in the justice system and victim services, that what did they experience after when they legally when they tried to get the legal approach, and what was their experience after that in the crime that they were involved as a survivor of that crime. So next up, let's talk about the crime victims in the like crime victims in the criminal justice system. Like the what does the criminal whom does the criminal justice system consider as a victim? So crime victim plays a role in both the criminal event and the justice process, because the victim is the one who's always starting the legal issue and the lawsuit. So they're both a witness of the actual crime and also the punishment process that they involve in. And the next thing is like the challenges in like legal system. So victims may feel ignored or sidelines in court proceedings, and because this is because today like the modern day court system is, it has been always the same. The old court system and the modern day court system has been pretty much the same. Cases are always underlying the lines, and the proceeding takes years and years to complete. So this actually ends up being a big problem with the victims that are filing the lawsuit and trying to process in the cases to get their justice served. And the system offers prioritizing like punishing offenders over supporting victims. So like victim rights groups advocate for like better treatment and representation in the justice system. And so let's talk about theories explaining victimization. So victimology theories attempt to explain why certain people or group experience victimization. Some theories suggest that lifestyle and routine activities increase the risks of people. Some of the people, like people's lifestyle may encourage them to get targeted for uh, certain criminal activities more than the other people. And the other theories focus on like structural inequalities such as race, gender, socioeconomic status. So, how can we measure victimization? So, victimization is basically measured by crime surveys, like police reports and academic studies of the events. But there are some challenges in measuring the victimization. So, many crimes go unreported due to fear, stigma, or mistrust of the law enforcement. People do think that we're not gonna get served our justice, or even if we do get served, it's gonna take years and years and so much money for that. So the official crime data may underrepresent certain type of victimization, such as like domestic domestic violence, sexual assault, and as well. So there also has been like indigenous victimization and racism in the justice system. So indigenous people in Canada experience higher rates of victimization because there has been a lot of trauma that they have suffered from. So systematic racism affects how their cases are handled in the justice system. Studies also highlight the over policing for indigenous communities. So we do understand that the indigenous people have suffered a lot, and because of that, they should be given a little bit extra priorities in other sectors. But this does not imply that we do go on and keep making over policing, like extra policies or extra, super extra exaggerated attention for indigenous people. And there are also some areas which only give a like indigenous people like under protection when it comes to the indigenous individuals becoming victim. And indigenous people are more likely to experience more violence against, it happens mostly with women and girls. So, in conclusion, victimology is a growing field that challenges like traditional crime narratives. It emphasizes the lived experience of survivors. More research and advocacy are needed to ensure fair treatment and support for like crime victims. That's all. Thank you very much.